we at? Well, we've been talking about how to generate business. See, I'm convinced that the number one thing that you need to do as a real estate professional is to generate customers. It was the biggest surprise to me coming from a retail background when I showed up over 16 years ago at the real estate office. It was my first day on the job. I was so naive to think customers are just going to come in the door. That's what happens in retail. That must be what happens in real estate. And every one of you on this Zoom call know that's not what happens. You must go out and find customers. Here's the irony. Have you ever thought about it? The very best dentist pulls the most amount of teeth. The idea is that the more you do it, the better you get at it. And so the more customers you serve, the better you can serve your customers. So I'm often asked this question, Rick, what's the difference between an average real estate agent and those that are top producers or the high achievers in this industry? And I've answered the same question for many years the exact same way. The top producers in our industry, the very best, they have a not to do list where those that are just getting by or the average producer does a myriad of things, a million different things. They represent buyers and sellers and landlords and tenants and commercial property and residential, and they're organizing their file, and they're their office manager, and they're their marketer, and they're their concierge, and they're trying to do everything. And I'm convinced that even the 80-20 rule does not apply in our business. It's the 97-3. That 97% of the things that you do as a specialist are a flat out waste of your time. They are not dollar producing activities. They are a distraction. 3% of your effort produces 97% of the results. So if you want to have a successful real estate business, if you want to set yourself apart from the crowd, if you want to have more business and accomplish your financial goals and to serve more families, you must get the 3% done. It cannot be on a laundry list of things at the bottom of your list and you just didn't get a chance to do it today. And the 3%, here are the three things to do. It is very simple. You must generate customers. If you do not generate customers, you will not have any business. When a dentist goes to sell their practice, what are they selling? Are they selling the chair? Are they selling their technology? Are they selling their office location? No, they're selling their goodwill. That's the value of their business. And that is the value of your business. So you must generate customers. You must convert contacts to customers, to clients, to contract, to close. It is not enough to hit home runs. You must hit base hits. I love what Danielle Broad said today. If you listen to her carefully, the person didn't want to sign a buyer rep. That happens. But she did not settle for a contact. She did not settle for a customer. She made him a client. The client was only for 3 months, but that's all she needed. And that may be all that you need. Moving from contact and hoping we get into contract, that's a big jump. That's a chasm that most people never cross. Just contact to customer. That's it. We define customer as 5 things. You've heard me say them many times before, so I won't repeat them. Then to client, then to contract, then to close. And the third thing that you must do is deliver the kind of experience that you're going to be excited to tell a friend about. That when they're done, they're going to write a review. They're going to tell their neighbors. They're going to tell their family. They're going to tell your friends. One of the most rewarding experiences I have, and each of you will have this, is when somebody calls and say, you helped my grandparents, you helped my parents, my brother, my sister, my cousin, and now I'm ready. Or even better, my kids are ready. Would you help them too? That you've become that family. You've provided the kind of experience that they're excited to tell a friend about, and they do tell others about it. So over the last several weeks, we have been talking about how you generate those customers. It is of paramount importance that that's where you spend your time, generating customers. If you don't, you will just not have any business. And there are 3 primary ways that we generate customers. We've spoke about the first way for the last several weeks. Actually, Joe and Teresa did an amazing job talking about how we generate team customers. They're not contacts, and they're certainly not leads. We actually make them customers, and then we assign them on your calendar so you can make them a client. And they did an incredible job of talking about how we do it and what sources we use and what their strategy is, and what the conversion efforts are, and why we use speed to lead, and why we nurture, and what we're doing to generate new fresh business from the surrounding community. And we've spent a significant amount of time with that. And that's an important part of our business, because some solo brokerages are only focused on your I business. And as you're trying to generate I business, you're often starving as a real estate agent. So the team generated business can be a great supplement. It can be a great additive. It can be a great way to balance out your business. I'm a fisherman, so most of my metaphors relate to fishing. Sorry, Shelby, I have very few shoe metaphors. They're almost all fishing metaphors. Here's the fishing metaphor. While you're learning to fish, we'll drop some fish in your basket, okay? Because we don't want you to starve out in the process, and that's really important. And team-generated business is dropping a few fish in your basket, but it's not enough to make all of your business. If you look back at your book of business and all of your business is team-generated, then you're missing out on that sphere of influence and really what I would call your we and I generated business. So today we're going to focus, and for the next 2 weeks, we're going to shift from team generated, how the marketing concierge is scheduling appointments for our specialists. Now we're going to move to we generated business. This is the business that we are working on together. This is the business that exists only within a team. I took my wife out to dinner last night. We went into a restaurant. We hadn't been into a restaurant in quite a while. And there was only 2 of us. And they said, are there anybody else joining you? And I'm looking and say, no, there's only the 2 of us here. And they sat us down. How odd would it have been if I would have come in by myself and said, I'd like a table for us, or we would like a table. And they're like, you're only one person. It would be weird or awkward. And that's what happens in the solo business, that there's no we generated business there, that we can do this together, that together we can generate business. And if you're new to the industry, and as I go through the participants list that are on the Zoom call, a lot of people are new to the industry. And you have what I would call, you have with your clients, with your friends, with your family, you have what we would call, they know you. They know who you are. Maybe that you grew up with them, maybe you went to school with them, maybe you go to church with them, whatever. They know you. They like you. They'd like to spend time with you, but they don't yet trust you when it comes to handling a real estate transaction. The we generated business can help you build that credibility with your sphere of influence. How can it do that? Well, if you share some of our social media posts, this week we crested over 550 5-star reviews. That's what we did as a team. That's not what I did. That's not what one person did on the team. It's not about the I's and me's. It's about the us's and we's. We did that as a team. And now you have that credibility of being on a team with over 500 5-star reviews, 1,000 online, nearly 1,000 5-star reviews. If you share some of our properties, that's we generated business, because we want you to be in front of real estate. We want you to be able to post a property, share a property, talk about the properties. And we know that that's going to help give you that credibility. They may know you and they may like you. The we generated business is going to help them trust you. All right, let's take it a step further. If you share some of our social media, what's happening in the market and the stats, and we're updating you so you can speak intelligently when people ask you what's happening in the market, that's going to help you we generate business by giving you that credibility that you just won't have by yourself. If you're a solo agent, it's difficult to have that credibility, especially in your first few years of business. But when you're on a team, everything the team has accomplished, whether it's the over 1,000 sales that we've closed, or whether it's the nearly 1,000 5-star reviews, all of that is to credibility to you. The Dave Ramsey relationships, the multiple offices, all of that is for us as a team. If you're doing some of our open houses, we will market them while you're there to meet those clients that are typically at an open house, as open houses are available. If we market them and nobody's there at the open house to meet somebody, then you typically, we're not going to see anybody come through the property. If you're there at the property and nobody marketed it, then you're going to eat all the cookies. So it's a combination. Where the X and Y axis meet is really good marketing combined with really good prospecting. And at that point creates the very best conversion. And that's what I call we generated. It's us working together to do a whole lot more than we could ever do by ourselves. So today we're going to talk about we generated, some we generated tools that you have. We're going to do that for the next couple of weeks. I'd like to introduce Christina Morales. We call her the Magnificent Morales, and she's going to dig a little deeper in how you can use some of the tools that we have, that together we can provide you some tools and resources. You can share them, you can show and share them, and help you build credibility in your market and generate some we generated business. Christina, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Wait, that was today? No, kidding. Good thing I make PowerPoints as my hobby. Brian, can I share my screen? So I have the opportunity to share with you our we generated business.
And so I made this lovely PowerPoint. Teresa, you set the bar super high for me. So I don't know whether to thank you or to be embarrassed.
You're amazing.
So I'm going to talk to you about the we generated business. So what is we generated business? Rick has talked a bit about it, and we have a lot of new people. So I just kind of wanted to go over it again. So the I is you get the client from your SOI, or through a one-on-one discussion, you generate your own business. The team is when the concierge sets up an appointment for you, and Teresa did an excellent job. You can go on our team portal and watch that past video if you weren't able to join us on that call. And today, like Rick said, we're talking about the we. When we get to work together, you use our resources plus the power of our brand for credibility and opportunities. So this is kind of like a franchise model, and we went over this a year ago, but we have a lot of new people, which is so awesome. So I'm just gonna share that a little bit again. So with what we do, just kind of taking McDonald's. We all know McDonald's, whether you like it or hate it is irrelevant, but we all know the McDonald's brand. So what the Rick Fuller team does is we build the brand. We have a brand kit with fonts, colors, slogans, all that. And we build it up on Zillow, on Google AdWords. Right now we're writing a book, and it's making us the thought leaders in our area and beyond. And so when people think of real estate, they need to think of the Rick Fuller team. And so that's the power of our brand. And Rick has been doing an excellent job with our podcast. We have events. I mean, right now it's a little bit on pause, but we have events in the mix. He's expanded our offices, and he's given us excellent direction that we wouldn't otherwise have for the company. And so we're building the brand, and we're generating the tools for everyone to use, like concierge, transaction coordinators. You have amazing leads and coaches. We're giving you booklets when you go to your appointments so you can have a script. We have our website that's always changing and growing to meet your needs. We have social posts that you can like, share, and add to. So we're generating all these tools that you don't have to, but that we're creating for you. And you give the personal touch to your customers and your clients so that you can build your personal business. So it's basically like how McDonald's has their colors, their slogan, their commercials. They're building it, and then when there's a franchise owner, they can access all of these materials so they can just serve their customers, and they don't have to worry about the marketing and business end. That's what we want to do for you. You know your customers and your clients best. So we want to build an asset of tools so you can do what you do best. I'm not good with people and clients. I'm great with my computer in Canva and Movavi. So I'm going to let you guys do what you do great, and then I can work in the back end and work on the marketing. And so one aspect of marketing is, did you know that the average person spends 2 hours and 24 minutes a day on social? Now, I think that's extremely low. I've heard it up to like 12 hours of screen time a day. So if people are spending this much, plus on quarantine, that's a heck of a lot of time on the screen. So where should you be? You should be on social. The average person spends on social media every day about 2.5 hours, so let's meet them where they're at. So what does this look like for you? So what we do is the marketing team creates materials. You share them with your SOI. You can do this through social, through your appointments, or on email, and you convert your customers into clients by proving that you rock. So our whole point is to promote you because you guys all rock. And so here are some examples of the resources that we create pretty much on a weekly basis. So we've talked about how Wendy is incredible. Wendy takes these reports that Desiree makes, and then I brand them, and then it's in all 5 of our markets. And so use them. What Rick always says is don't show and tell, show and share, because facts don't lie. So show them our numbers, print these out. We do this every week on our Facebook site. A lot of you are not using our Facebook team page. That's one of my pet peeves. We're gonna have a come to Jesus moment. You need to get on the Facebook team page. That's where so much information is, and like 10 people view it. And I'm like, you guys, this is a huge resource that's free to you that most people don't have. Use it. Social media opportunities, we want to promote you, like I said. And so if you have a 5-star review you're super proud of, or even this past week I said, do you have tips for people in quarantine just so that we can promote you? You know how many people responded? 0. We want to promote you. I want to promote you. I want to give you credibility. I want you to share it with your SOI, because they need, when people think of real estate, they need to think of you. And this is a great way, the power of the team. We want you to have an access to the power of the team. And so I want to promote you. So if you have a review, if you have a tip, if you have like a great house you sold, let me know, because I want to promote you. I'm here to serve you. And like Rick said, we reached over 500 5-star reviews on Zillow. And so every week I do a post of the week. I post on our team page or on our Rick Fuller Inc. page every day. And so once a week I do kind of a generic general one that everybody can post. And I even tell you what you write. So if you're not a writer, that's okay. I even put the text in there for you. So access this. This shows us huge credibility. And so when they think of real estate, they'll think of you. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow. They may want to buy a house a year from now, but it takes that time. Like Rick always says, you need to plant the seeds today to see the results 6 months from now. So use these resources we have. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about the team portal, because I've had a lot of questions about what font do I use? What team resources can I use? So if you go on rickfuller.com, you can go down and see on the bottom of our website page, we have the Rick Fuller team portal. And our password for that is We Thrive, and that'll take you to a lot of these resources. And so Rebecca has been amazing at asking me questions on how to use this. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, call me. I would be more than happy to help you. It has all of our badges, like how many reviews we have, our Zillow reviews, Best in Antioch. It has tutorials. So Rebecca asked me, how do I make a video? How do I use Canva? So I've created tutorials that actually go step by step, how you can actually use Canva to make your own social media posts that are branded. Our brand assets, which are all of our logos, fonts, colors, and our specialist arsenal. So that way you have everything you need. So these are the brand assets that I talked about. Our logos, fonts, everything that you need is on the team portal. And so I wanted to show some of you guys who are killing it on social. So this is my examples of awesomeness. So Rebecca has been doing a motivational Monday, and she has been doing a great job. Look at, she had 21 people like it or love it, 11 comments and a share. That's awesome. And then she has her DRE Rick Fuller team. Great job, Rebecca. Jesus is the virtual showings king. I've seen him do this several times now, and he gets all these amazing comments, and he has his Superman mask on. So hello, he's killing it. Daniel is the review and reposter master. He had 35 reviews on Zillow, and I posted this on our team page. Within 30 minutes, he already reposted it, was getting likes and comments. Great job, Daniel, and you're new to the team, so excellent job. And Katie has always had her hustle going on. She's serving her clients with valuable info. So she's seeing articles and she's sharing them, and she's tagging her clients in there who obviously asked her questions about it. Great job. Danielle, who was on the call earlier, posted her 5-star review and shared that. So she's showing that she's an expert in her field, that she's a specialist. Shelby is the president of the Sold Club. She is sharing that she sold this. I saw Megan did that today too. I made this PowerPoint yesterday morning, and then there were 3 more people who should be on my examples of awesomeness club. Julie, whenever we have something new, Julie hops on board, and she is showing, look at the market. She's showing that she's an expert in the market, in our local market, and she's showing what a house just sold for. Andrea, like I said, use our Facebook team page because there's so much content and there's the power of our team. She said, I'm a motivated buyer and we're looking for this type of house. Does anyone have it? This is a great resource to contact the team. And then Michael was thinking outside of the box. He contacted me and said, I need digital flyers. I'm selling these 3 houses. Can you help me create these resources? Yes. During this time when we're doing virtual open houses, when life is crazy, think outside the box. Check with your coach first. We don't want to step on any toes. But if your coach gives you the okay, I would be so happy to help you in any way I can. If Canva's not your thing, a video is not your thing, call me. I will be more than happy to help you because this is a crazy time. And so these are some ways that I can serve you. Like Michael asked me to do some custom postcards and marketing materials. And so I did that. Danielle asked me to do some pod specific classes, like Zoom classes for her pod on how to use Canva and how to brand things, and tutorial videos for the team portal. If you have questions, if you don't know how to do something, then probably half the team doesn't know how to do it either. So I would be more than happy just to make these resources because other people can use them. And you're on the front lines, I'm not. So I don't know what resources you need, but that's the power of the team. You can contact the marketing department and we can promote you and we can help you on the front lines. And also the power of the team that I think we should talk about during this difficult time too is that we believe in you and you have the support and the encouragement of the team. I was reading the book Overcomer. It was a popular movie about a year or 2 ago. And it says for a runner, when you hit the wall, and in every race you will hit a wall and you'll think you can't run another step, you reach out and grab onto someone else's hope, someone else's belief. That can propel you in ways you'd never imagine. That's the kind of hope you need to have and give your team. And so as a team, it's hard right now because it's easy to hit the wall. We're inside, we have all these COVID restrictions that keep changing every day. What should I listen to? Who should I listen to? There's politics. And so it's easy to hit the wall, especially when there's multiple offers and you can't go inside a house and, it's crazy. So it's so great to have the team because you can access their hope, you can access their tools, you can see what's working for someone else. And so it's just, I think it's the heart of the team, the heart that Rick has is so important because if you're a solo agent, you're by yourself and you're like, how do I do this? What do I do? And Rick has provided all the resources and it's about each one of you. When we can serve our team, then you can serve your clients. And so that's basically the power of the team and the we is we want to serve you so you can serve your clients the best that you can. And so we believe in you. Together we can achieve great things. And so when we're working together, we can build your business and we can build a stronger team. That's what I have today, Rick.
Thank you, Christina. What a wonderful job. If you got something out of that, let us know what it is. What was your takeaway? What did you learn? I didn't even know that we put the Rick Fuller team portal at the bottom of the website. So that's what I learned. What did you learn? Use the chat box. Christina, nice work. Thank you very much. Look, we make it more difficult than what it needs to be. Great leaders, and all of you are leaders, because leaders are influencer. And as an influencer, people are looking to you to influence and guide and direct them on where they're going to move to and what that looks like and how to transition from one home to the next. Great leaders are great simplifiers. Have you ever realized we make this business so much more complicated than what it is? It's very, very simple. When people think of real estate, your sphere of influence, do they think of you? If you win that battle in the mind of your consumer, of the friends, family, those that you've met in the community, those that you're working with that have been assigned by concierge, if you win that battle, when they think of real estate, they think of you, you'll have all the business that you could ever imagine. We make these things too complicated. It's that simple. We generated business, whether it's the post that we created highlighting a team member, whether it's the podcast that we've done where I've interviewed several of you on the podcast or videos, or it's just a property that we post and we're asking you to share. All of that is designed to give you that credibility. So it makes it very easy. So when people think of real estate, they think of you. That's really the heartbeat behind We Generated, that we can do so much more together than you could ever do on your own, and more than I could ever do on my own. And so, Christina, once again, great work. Next week, we're going to pick up this conversation and take it even further in We Generated and talk about open houses and what that looks like and how we can do that from a We Generated perspective and what we're doing on our end to make sure those are successful.